Hello, brave adventurers. It's Dorinius Wartinius, here to inform the peasants that we have a Patreon that would be lovely for you to support. There's a free tier, which gives you every episode of the Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons podcast, as well as special behind-the-scenes views and our Game Master David's notes, so you can view just how off course we took everything. But if you feel the urge to dole out a few shekels and gold pieces to the team, know that you can enjoy special bonus content, like bonus episodes, podcasts, wrap-ups, commentaries, and even a special side campaign that I, Dorinius Wartinius, am currently working on in the world of Lord of the Rings. While you don't have to support us monetarily, every gold shilling will go back into the show so that we can continue to create Dungeons & Dragons audio adventures to the best of our ability. So please, sign up for our Patreon, Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons, because any support will go a long way, and maybe one day we'll get that merch store up and running, if I can figure out how to do that. Tally-ho!
All right, welcome back to Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons for episode 21. My name is David Ashbaugh, your Dungeon Master, of course, and as always, we are joined by our three fearless adventurers, Divad Notabe, who is the Tiefling Bard, Sir Dorinius, but Sir Alex of Kerrigan, the half-elf fighter, and Dorinius Wartinius, the Azamar Wizard, and episode 20 gentlemen. We were just talking, I don't think it was David's favorite episode.
He needs to go back and listen, because it should be.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Of course, you guys were, kind of kidnapped from Fort Thorns as you crossed a bridge, and of course, bridges very much associated now with a particular sex offender, and you guys were forced to play Celebrity Jeopardy, do some pretty terrible, but some pretty good celebrity impressions, I will say.
It's either 2 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, the whole episode. Yeah, we had to crush it.
And then, of course,
and that's how the podcast goes as well.
Yeah. Sometimes we flop, sometimes we succeed. But you guys, of course, you all lost something important to you. Darren lost his ability to become inebriated. David lost his Dart of Domination and all of his money, including his ability to basically have money. So David's going to have to be begging for money for the rest of this campaign from the other two of you. And then, of course, Alex and his affinity for limes, no longer a part of this podcast.
Doesn't mine sound so fucking pedestrian? Next, like, oh, Darren can't get stoned anymore. And you lose a Dart of Domination, all your money, Alex. Limes.
Alex can no longer eat a lime.
But it's funny because it was like the biggest one, too.
It was, yeah. Just objectively writing it down on paper, it's just like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Your entire identity gone, just like that.
It's like Kite Man losing his kite.
Yes. Yeah. The episode ended with you guys basically on the other side of the bridge, with seemingly no time having passed. And, of course, we'll pick up there. However, got to do some dude dialogue, and today's question: what do you think your in-game character is missing the most from their former life on Earth?
Oh, well, I know what mine would be.
All right, Darren.
My computer that I'm sitting in front of right now, that I spend a good 5 to 10 hours a day sitting in front of.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, getting thrown into a world with absolutely no electronics, I feel like you'd just be looking for something to, occupy your attention span for most of the time until you really adjusted to it.
No internet, no Last of Us Part 2? What? Are you kidding me?
No Netflix?
Take me home.
Come on.
Oh my God, I can't watch the new season of Black Mirror? Fucking kill me.
One thing for my character is, I actually was talking to somebody else about this, but I don't think my character has quietly masturbated in a very long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loudly. You try and sneak one of those in one of the next set. Wait till everybody forgets, and then just like when everybody's prepping, just be like, "Oh yeah, quiet."
Oh yeah. I just
5 minutes
threw that in as kind of like a one-off joke for that, and it turned into like a gag, and I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah.
I liked the
the commercial you did where you were talking about symptoms might include masturbating.
Yeah, that was the part that made me laugh every time. Is that pitch shift there? Yeah.
Yeah. So
And if anybody doesn't know, I have started including some bloopers at the end of the credits, so make sure you listen all the way to the end of the credits. And then, at the end of episode 20, Alex had produced basically a fake pharmaceutical ad for us, which turned out really well. But David, what would you think?
Expect a lot more.
Sorry, Alex?
Expect a lot more of those, by the way. Like I want to try and get one of those. Yeah, a lot more of those. So stay tuned after the credits.
Exactly.
I figured out a way to work that into Patreon, too, for subscription tiers. Get people sending voice notes and stuff to be part of it.
That would be cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And David, what do you think your character is missing most from his former life?
Well, I feel like I would just be a terrible father if I didn't say my wife and kid.
She probably
I'm gonna go ahead
she
and throw
doesn't
that
listen
out there.
to this show. It's fine.
No, she literally
does
told
not.
me. She told me yesterday she doesn't watch. She's like, I haven't listened to a single episode. I'm like, yeah, that's what everyone's wife says.
My wife has tried, like when we were back in Canada, we did like a 5-hour road trip up to Silver Star, and she's like, yeah, I got about halfway through episode 1, and then I fell asleep. I was like, wow, thanks.
Yeah, I got into the truck to go get groceries yesterday, and I was listening to it, just like, critiquing us kind of thing. And we get in, and I start the truck, and it starts playing, and Jen looks at me, and she goes, do you listen to you and your loser friends? Like, when you're driving around? I'm just like, it's work, babe?
Babe, you just don't understand.
You still get the D&D, okay?
You loser, Freds. How rude.
Yeah, bullies.
Doesn't support the dream.
I feel personally attacked, but also she's not wrong.
Support my
Yeah.
dreams of being a
I hate that
podcast
she's right.
superstar at 38 years old. How dare you?
Well, got to shoot for the stars at some point in your life, right?
That's right.
My professional baseball career did not work out the way I wanted it to when I was 12 years old, so
Likewise, my pro football
I
career.
wanted to be a motorcycle cop.
yeah. All right, well, we are going to pick up, as we always do, right where we left off. So you guys are standing on the other side of the bridge, which is, by the way, still there. However, all three of you notice that the archway that seemed to have the portal in it has disappeared. So it just looks like a regular old bridge that spans just a small creek that joins up with the main river. And from basically the direction of where you're heading, rather than back into town, Friar Farnsworth waddles up to you and he's like, oh, gentlemen, what are you doing here?
We just had the craziest time.
I'm trying to get my footing again. Where are we? Friar. Yes.
I'm never going on a bridge again.
Is it quite often that people are whisked away to alternate reality pocket universes where they're forced to compete in a celebrity impression game show, Friar Farnsworth?
Well, that's not something no.
That's new. That's not something that's standard in these parts. Okay, I see.
No, pocket dimensions are very rare, and it would take a very, very, very powerful user, magic user, to be able to summon one.
Interesting.
But why are you here? I thought you boys were in town at the flyer shop.
We're not sure why we're here either. We were on our way to the flyer shop. Seems we got a bit turned around.
Everybody roll me a history check.
History, okay.
David's way of reminding us what we were doing
Yeah.
in the story. 10.
That's a 10.
20.
Okay, so only David remembers that it was Friar Farnsworth, or at least you thought so, that was the one to send you this direction after you were done at the flyer shop.
Wait a minute.
And he just came from the opposite direction from where you had encountered him just a few minutes earlier.
Can I remember what color the frog on the Groff side was compared to the
Yes.
Wart side? Because I remember he changed colors when he would swap.
Yeah, just think of it this way. The wart side is green for weed. The Graf side is kind of yellow and amber for beer.
Can I recall what color the one that sent us here was? Whether he was green or amber or like something incorrect?
Roll me a history check.
I shall. Once I find it on my list there. God damn it.
Oh,
9.
no.
Yeah, no, you can't really recall what color he was when he sent you this way, but you do have a feeling that perhaps it wasn't actually him who was the one to send you this way.
Okay. What? I just have sworn, wasn't you sent us on this mission but a few moments ago?
No, I haven't seen you boys since it's been a little bit, but I've been up near the dam site talking with the Red Foreman, getting plans together, taking inventory of what we might need, and so I haven't been in town for the last few hours.
Table talk, boy. Should we tell him that we think a fake Friar Farnsworth sent us here? Maybe go back.
What
to
if
see
this
we
one's
can
the
get
fake
him?
one,
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
Ooh,
You
that's
know,
a good
I think
question.
Divad just hit the nail on the head. We can't trust him just yet. Let's just try to advance without, keep the.
We kill him.
And I take out my gun.
What's something only Friar Farnsworth knows that we could test his knowledge with?
This should be fun.
Yeah. Did you notice how eerily quiet it got once we all had to think about the story for a second?
Actually, after we just came through episode 20, I don't know if this is a good idea, boys.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe we'll just take him at his word.
Well, Friar Farnsworth looks at all three of you who have just been kind of staring blankly at him for the past couple of minutes, and he's like, well, gentlemen, well, it is good you're here, at least, because the Web Foreman does want to speak with you. We have to start collecting the fish in the river so that they don't die when the dam is completed.
Yes. All right. 8 fish.
I vote that we continue along, but with a very heightened sense of skepticism.
Indeed.
Well, just follow along this path, and you'll find the Red Foreman and the dam site just about a half a kilometer up the path, and I'll see you boys back in town this evening. And he just kind of waddles off, crosses the bridge, and heads back towards town.
As he's leaving, I want to signal Fleetwood to follow him.
Cool. All right. Make me an animal handling check.
Animal handling. That is an 18.
Oh, that's
So Fleetwood just kind of and jumps off, and he kind of, he's a cat. He does that little stealthy thing cats do where they kind of get a little bit low to the ground, and he follows after Friar Farnsworth back into town.
I thought you were going to say he does that cat thing where he goes the opposite direction and doesn't fucking chase him.
No,
doesn't listen to a word I say.
That's why I wanted Darren to roll an animal handling check. If he had rolled like a 1 or something, Fleetwood was just going to run off into the forest.
Yeah, fair. Fair and accurate.
So yes, would you guys like to basically continue up the path towards the dam site?
Sure, yeah, let's get over to Red Foreman and up to the dam site, yeah.
Yeah, and you get there without much issue, and you see, a fairly average-looking guy. He's clean-shaven, short hair, dressed head to toe all in red plaid, and he kind of waves you over, and, after episode 20, I feel like I'm going to regret this, but what does he sound like?
Doesn't he sound like Red Foreman?
No, that was Bill Nye the Flyer guy,
that's
unfortunately.
right.
He was
Okay, there's like a weird, switch around here, okay.
Well, how
I would
about he
just like to
sounds like
say
Bill
I
Nye?
was not the one that planned that. That was you guys,
Yep.
so that's on you. Sorry, David, what did you say?
I think he should sound like Bill Nye then.
Dams rule.
There you go.
All right, well, he just sounds like a normal guy then. All right, so he looks at you. He's like, gentlemen, please come over here. We have some work to do. We're going to have to, basically catch all the fish in the river. And so he hands you each a fishing pole, and he's like, you'll know which ones that, we'll want to keep alive, and you'll know which ones that we'll need for the Harvest Festival. They're the older generation of fish are large, fatty, and they will be a delicious treat on the grill tomorrow for the Harvest Festival. So you need to catch some younger ones that will then transport up the river to the pond to release them into the pond north of the dam. And then, of course, the big, fat, juicy ones, you can bring them to me, and I can take them back into town and get them prepared for tomorrow evening. And so, he handed all three of you a fishing pole. And so basically the way this is going to work, you guys can walk up to the river. You will roll a d6, and depending on what roll you make, I have a little mechanic here for you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Unless, of course, there's a different way of fishing you guys would like to explore. I'm sure Darren is going to shoot a magic missile at something at some point.
I mean, there is an idea I have that I want to give a go, but I'll wait. I'll let a couple rounds of fishing happen first before I derail this.
Alex takes out his gun.
How did you know?
It's like,
You ever been fishing in the South? Just start throwing dynamite in the water.
what is that? rom-com. I think it's called The Honeymooners or something. It's an older movie, and they're on a boat, and a guy's like, look at all the fish! And he just pulls out a pistol and starts shooting into the water.
Sounds about right.
Well, do you guys just want to start with some good old-fashioned fishing to start?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, well, everybody make me a D6 roll.
1. That's a 5.
Yes! Give me that fish.
All right, so we will start with David, who rolled the 1. David, you pull back on your fishing pole, and the line is real tight, and then all of a sudden it goes real loose real fast, and you swing a fairly decent-sized branch out of the water directly towards your head, and I would like you to make me a dexterity saving roll.
Goddamn branches. 17?
Oh, that's not too bad. So how do you dodge out of the way of this tree branch coming directly at your face?
I'm going to use my fishing rod and kind of swing in front of me with the slack of the line, kind of bash it out of the way.
There. Okay, cool. I like that. And then, Darren, with your 5, you feel like you got something pretty big on the line, so I want you to make me a strength check.
Strength, you say? 0 plus to that. 17, doesn't matter.
Perfect. So, yeah, you reel in what looks to be kind of a grilling fish, one of the older fish that is destined to feed the people of the Harvest Festival tomorrow. And Alex, with your 6, I would also like you to roll me a strength check, please.
Strength check. Where's strength again? I think it's over... no, it's stealth. Strength. Roll it. 16.
Perfect. You as well managed to reel in a grill fish, a big old fat salmon that'll taste delicious tomorrow. So do you guys want to just cast regularly again, or Darren, are you going to attempt to try what you wanted to try?
No, not with this fish. Not with this fish, I'll say.
All right, well then everybody roll me a d6.
5 again?
This is our fishing mini game. You know when you play like a role-playing game and you just spend like hours just fishing? This is us right now. I just rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I would like to use my loot of lightning strike.
What?
Try to lightning some fish out of the water.
Oh no!
Electrocute the
Yes, he's gonna need them. Yes.
All right, David. Well, actually, you know what? So we'll say, Darren, you had a 5, so you catch another big fish. You don't have to do a strength check. I want to get to what David is about to attempt. Alex,
I roll 4.
you catch a keeper fish, a fish that will need to be transported up to the pond to continue its life beyond the dam, and then, of course, it will be released back into the river. And, Alex, you do see there's like a large bucket of water there that you assume is meant for the fish that will be transported up the river to the pond.
Yeah.
And, David, you want to use your loot of lightning strike.
Yeah, so obviously my first round of fishing, I just got a stick, and I'm like, this is not for me. So I throw my fishing rod down, I prop one leg up on like just a piece of rock that's around me, and I just do a sweet power chord aimed at the water.
All right, roll me a performance check. You need to succeed on a 16 performance check.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's a critical fail.
That ain't it.
Oh no, that
Crit
is
fail
a critical.
still gets you a 10?
I got +9 in my performance, and I got a crit fail, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you try to activate your loot of lightning strike, and it just kind of fizzles out. And I have said that in combat, it needs a 3-turn cooldown. So I
Is
will
this
say
combat,
it is,
though?
no, but I will say you can try again. However, because you did that crit fail, one of your loot strings snaps, and you'll now need to succeed on a performance 17 to activate it.
All right. Well, I'm going to do it again.
Just not very good at fishing.
No.
So we right now we just have a small aquarium of fish here with 3 fatty ones and 1 keeper, and now we're just gonna like lightning strike the rest of them.
Here we go.
Nuke the lake.
There you go, 21.
That's
20,
what I like.
nice, yeah. So despite the fact you got a snap loot string, doesn't bother you too much. You activate your loot of lightning strike to zap the river, and all 3 of you see. David, roll me a d6.
Here we go.
Oh, this might actually work out better, David. Great job.
6. Okay, so you see 6 large, fat, old salmon just basically
There we go.
float to the surface of the water dead,
Good job, buddy.
and they're just kind of floating in the middle of the river.
I'm going to use my mage hand to scoop them up.
Fuck! I wanted you to go into the river, Darren.
That I relish more than when your plans don't go
Yeah.
to
Fine, we'll say you can use Mage Hand and scoop up the 6 fish. Congratulations.
You bet I can.
You just hear the sound, and David's speaker just like, it's all my plans just out the fucking window.
Yes, your papers fit the floor.
So yes, now you guys have 8 grilling fish and 1 keeper fish. I will say you'll probably need more keeper
Wait,
fish.
I thought we had 9, because Darren caught 2, I caught 1, and then David got...
So you've got 9 fat fish for the grill, which I think that should be enough for now. So if you guys want, you can try and cast again, or you can try something crazy like David just did.
Let's see.
Hey, it worked.
1 keeper fish. We need more small fish. Okay, I'll try something different. I'm going to walk up to the river, and I'm just going to go, here, fishy, 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 fishy. I'm doing the Sesame Street bit.
Roll me a persuasion check,
Oh,
I guess?
Here we go.
Oh my god, please nail this out.
You guys ready?
Please
You guys
nail
ready?
this.
No!
Yeah, nat 20 coming up. Or not.
12.
So, Darren and David, you see like 3 or 4 fish basically jump out of the river and smack Alex straight in the face. Luckily, 2 of them kind of jump onto the river side, so you guys got a couple keeper fish. But Alex, you are going to take 2 points of damage.
Wow, strong fish. Okay.
Keep the theme going.
Yeah. Hey, that's 2 keeper fish. We're that worked way better than I thought it was going to.
Yes, so
I'm
you've got
gonna-
3 keeper fish and 9 grill fish.
I'm going to walk over to one of the grill, because the one I caught is still alive, right? Like the ones that we catch and put in the bucket are living still?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Other than the ones that David caught?
Yeah, other than the ones that David
Oh, those ones
caught.
are dead.
Terrific. I'm going to walk over to one of the dead fish that David caught, and I'm going to cast Animate Dead on it.
Okay.
And I'm
Is there any rolls you need to do for Animate Dead, or does it just happen?
No, it's just instantaneous.
All right, so you cast Animate Dead on it, and this fish kind of like... its eyes pop open, but they look a little bit zombified, and it just starts flopping around on the shore.
I'm going to mentally focus on the fish, and I'm going to give it a mission, if you will, to go back into the water and wrangle up keeper fish to the shore, so we can just scoop them out and put them in the bucket.
Perfect. Roll me an animal handling check.
Animal handling, let's go. Fuck, that is a 7.
So the fish flops into the river, and you see basically like a cloud of red come out of the water, and then the fish that you had just animated comes back with like viscera and stuff all over its mouth, flops back up onto the shore, and just kind of sits there waiting for its next order.
Realizing that didn't quite go exactly the way I wanted to, I am just going to, kind of like that scene in I Am Legend, where Will Smith chokes out his dog at the end. I'm going to do that with the fish. But it's like very emotional, because it's like my boy, so I'm just like strangling it out while like, David, if you could play me something sad while I'm double killing this fish.
Hold on. Darren, I want you to make me a strength check, and I'm going to make a strength check at disadvantage for this fish because, well, it's a fish.
Got no arms.
Yeah,
Brought this fish back to life.
oh, crit fail! Crit fail.
Oh no. Slippery.
And it's rolled a 1. Oh, no, Darren.
Hold on.
I mean, they're slippery. Slippery when wet, right?
And the fish at disadvantage rolls a 7. So the fish managed to wrangle free, and Darren, because you rolled that crit failed, much like Alex, you also get slapped in the face by this fish, and you are going to take 4 points of damage.
4 points. Good lord.
I rolled a d4.
Yeah.
Should have been stronger. So yes, the fish kind of flops around on the shore like a Magikarp and tries to basically run away because it kind of suspects what you're trying to do. However, it's a fish flopping around, so it's not moving very fast. But you can see it kind of getting, like, flopping towards the river to get back in the water.
I would like to
Right.
curb stomp it.
Just, we should probably kill this thing before
Yeah,
it decimates the ecosystem.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna get out of hand real quick.
All right, David, make me a dexterity check to see if you can squish this flopping fish.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so you manage to just kind of bring your boot heel down on top of it and just it squishes and slowly stops twitching and dies.
I don't know if
Again.
we want to eat this fish anymore.
Maybe we won't add that one to the grill. Let's just maybe bury that one away from the beach. I was really hoping it would be kind of a fish herder for us, but that did not work.
So now you're down to 8 grill fish and 3 keeper fish. So what else would you like to do?
Let's crossbow potion.
What can I do here?
I mean, looking at my backpack right now, I still have a blanket. I was wondering if I could take the blanket's the only thing that makes sense, but I want to try and dam the river up myself with a small blanket and try to round up as many fish as I can with it.
Cool, I like that. Hold on. First of all, to make kind of the net blanket, make me a nature check.
Oh boy, nature.
Or actually, no, a survival check.
Survival, okay. Survival is down here. And
I'm a
it's gonna
survivor.
so that is a
17 plus
Yep.
3. Yep. Nice. So, yeah, with that 20, Alex, you are able to fashion a makeshift blanket net almost perfectly, and then give it a cast into the water. And
what do we do for this one?
let's call it a strength check to see if how many you can pull in.
All right. No, not that button. That button. Aw, 11. It's hoping for better.
Let's say you manage to get just like a couple keeper fish. And so you're up to about 5 for keeper fish and 8 for the grill fish at the moment. Darren, was the anime dead what you wanted to do, or was there something else you wanted to try?
The anime dead was my big hope that I could kind of wrangle a bunch to the shore. We could scoop them up. I'd just like to say that any passerbys in the town just watching these 3 buffoons try and fish in their river.
We haven't.
They're just seeing like lightning bolts and zombie curbs.
We were given fishing poles, and we haven't used that since the first turn. We were like, oh, you know what? It's find a better way.
Oh, actually, that's a good. Maybe I'll try and put a little bit of. Divad, could you grab a sweet-looking bud out of that bag of holding? And let's bait some weed here and see what we can catch.
All right. I dig through my bag and I pull out just the crystalliest, just resin-soaked bud.
Yeah.
And I hand it over to you.
Peel it out of David's sticky fingers, and I put it on a hook. And I'm going to cast that in to see what it can attract. I jump in after it and smoke it. No,
Not anymore.
Darren,
Not anymore.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
You're fucked, bud.
That's better. 24.
You feel your mind start to go to a very dark place, realizing that this bud in your hand will never inebriate you again. But you manage to snap out of it.
Now, just a quick little. As I'm hooking it, I notice that like something's dripping on it, and I realize it's my own tears. As I'm trying to quell the inner pain that I'm feeling over the fact that I'll never enjoy this sweet, juicy, sticky herb ever again before I cast it.
All right, so you cast it into the water. Roll me let's say a d6 with advantage. So roll me 2d6.
All right. 3 and a 1.
3 and a 1. So with the 3, you do manage to catch yourself a, let's call it a couple of keeper fish, because the weed did attract quite a bit of attention, and so once one of the fish bit onto it, a couple more fish bit onto that fish, and then bit onto that fish, so you got yourself kind of like a accordion style.
A human sentai fish.
Yes. Okay, yes, you've got yourself a human centipede fish situation going on. And
A turducken of fish, if you will. Human centipede of fish.
yes.
Feed her! Feed her!
So we'll say you guys have
asparagus?
Oh, hey.
Cuttlefish and asparagus?
Cuttlefish and asparagus. Do I eat that or the vanilla paste?
All right. Well, we'll say that you guys probably have enough fish at the moment, and Bill Nye comes up, or not Bill Nye, sorry. The Red Foreman comes up to you, and he's like, "Well, gentlemen, I'm going to take these keeper fish back into town. These will be good on the grill tomorrow. If you follow this path with that bucket, or the grill fish, I should say, if you follow this path with the bucket of keeper fish, you will find and come upon a pond. There's kind of a weird guy that lives in the pond, but he's weird. Anyways, goodbye."
Hang
we
on.
could use a bit more information on weird. Like, we've encountered a lot of weird individuals, and
Very weird.
Could you elaborate on that?
And he's
They're
just
usually
kind of
on bridges above water.
he just kind of skips away with the fish slung on a line over his shoulder back into town.
I find myself trusting these townsfolk less and less with every new task.
I could use a... Yeah.
I guess we'll go see what this freak is all about.
All right, so you carry the bucket of keeper fish up to the pond. Everybody make me a perception check.
Perception.
11.
My rolls today.
Well-
God, 11.
So you guys manage to get to the pond. You dump the fish into the pond where they will be safe once the dam is built. And as you do that, like Martin Sheen rising out of the water in... What is that movie? Like a Navy SEAL rising out of the water. You see one of the lily pads was actually like a hat worn by what looks like a scaly fish man that has like green algae hair, scaly skin, webbed hands and feet. And he looks at you and he's like, oh,
I know who it is.
welcome to my pond. Who are you?
It's
Oh
all
my
Greg.
God, is that? Yeah, I knew it was going to be old Greg.
I'm old Greg.
Who are you?
We're a band of travelers who are here for the Harvest Festival. We just wanted to dump a couple of these little fish into the pond to make sure that they're nice and safe when we dam up the river. Who are you?
Do you like games? I like games. Love games.
I take off one of my boots, and I take my thing of beer that I have in my backpack, and I pour it in the boot. And I say, have you ever had ale from the boot?
Do you want to go to a club where people wee on each other? And he takes the beer boot full of beer, just chugs it down. He's like, that was delicious, thank you. And then all of a sudden, poof, in front of you sits a table. And on the table are 3 glasses. One of the glass has a blue liquid in it. One of the glasses has a yellow liquid in it. And one of the glasses has red liquid in it. And he says, I like games. This is my game. Drink the green one.
Wait, the green one, is it blue, yellow, and red?
I did.
Oh, does anybody remember how to mix primary colors to create new colors? Is it blue and
Going to
yellow
make-
makes green?
I think so.
The green one.
I have a feeling the yellow is just a jar of piss, but I'm pretty sure I haven't, since primary school, I haven't thought about color theory at all. But I think that's how you create green.
think so.
Everybody roll me an intelligence check.
Wish I could do this in real life.
What the hell is intelligence?
It's one of your main skills.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
There it is.
14.
12.
8.
Yes. So, David, you're apparently the only one, which it makes sense. You've got a small child. You do realize that yellow and blue make green. David, or Darren and Alex, you guys have not paid attention to color theory in a very long time and are struggling to remember. So, yes, but Divad does know that blue
I'm
and
well
yellow.
caught up on Sesame Street.
Look, David, I don't see color theory, okay? I judge on character.
Yellow, red, black, doesn't matter.
It's all the same to me. Just what type of person are you, you know?
Yeah, I mix the colors.
I step
I like to
forward
make
as
an
a green now.
assessment.
Make an assessment. Where are we, Craigslist? Sorry, what were you saying, Darren? Yes, because David, you said you mixed the colors, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Darren, what would you like to do?
Chug,
Fuck
chug,
it, I just
chug.
chug it. I just hold it up and say, well, down the hatch, boys. And I just slam it back.
Make me a Constitution check.
Your head explodes. 13.
Yeah, I mean, to you it tastes a little bit off, like swamp water, basically. But you think that
pissy.
it's not going to hurt you in any way. And the scaly man fish looks at you. He's like, "Do you know any games? Teach me a game."
All right, so this one's called Horse Race.
And as he does this, he's kind of like slowly like crawling in the pond closer to you guys.
Ugh. Ugh. The mental image really creeped me out.
Yeah, it's kind of like, he's like half in the pond. His like head and like shoulders are out of the pond, and he just looks like he's like kind of like crawling along the bottom of the pond slowly towards you.
I'll take one step back, and then I'm going to point my gun directly at him and go, no further, no further.
And he stops and he's like, oh, that's a nice weapon. Can you play a game with it? Teach me a game.
I can teach you many games with it, but it's not going to be fun for you.
Yes, I have a game. It's a carnival game, which our friend Alex loves to play. Divad, I do believe that inside of our bag of holding, we should have like an apple or maybe a spare lime, something that we could put on our lovely Greg's head. And the game is that Alex will shoot that fruit off of your head with pinpoint accuracy to which you have never seen.
But you're not going to hurt me, right?
No, of course not. He will only hit the orb placed atop your lily padded head.
You can hurt me a little.
Okay, then. So you're a bit of a masochist, I see.
I don't know what that means, but I like you. And he looks at you, Darren.
Yes, let's put this. Let's shoot towards this man's head, Alex.
I have an idea. First, I'd like to are we going through with the game? Is Greg good with it?
Well, he kind of crawls closer and closer, and he gets just to the edge of the river, and he's like, okay, put it on my head. And he just like looks at you, Darren.
Okay, I just super uncomfortable at this point. But I was like, Divad, could you pass me an apple or an orange or a lime or something?
I don't think I have any limes. I think someone was bogarting them this whole time.
I have no more.
What do I have here?
You sure don't.
What I do have.
Let's see
in my
here.
backpack. I still appear to have the troll pie and the bottle of liquor.
Oh, a bottle will perfect. A bottle will be incredible.
The bottle of liquor will probably be the one.
David, do you have any spare jars in there? Because I don't want to waste a good jar of booze.
I pull out a jar of booze, I chug it, and then I give you the empty bottle.
Perfect.
Nice.
I, not realizing I should just use that bottle, open the bottle Alex gave me, and pour the contents of that bottle into the bottle David gave me, and give David's bottle back to him, and hand old Greg the original bottle for him to place
Trust
atop
me,
his
this
head.
all made sense.
Perfect. And Darren, he looks at you, he's like, I want you to place it on me.
Oh, God. A shiver. And actually, no, I'm going to use Mage Hand to place the bottle. Because I want to keep my respectful distance from him. And I just gingerly place it on top of his head.
Make me a dexterity check.
Ooh, it's a 21.
Yeah, so you're able to put it on his head, and he's like, well, I was hoping you would get close, but that time will come.
And so will I, apparently, the way that you're seeming to phrase these sentences.
And so Alex, he looks at you, he's like, okay, it's game. This is game. Shoot the bottle, I guess.
Okay, guys, follow me here, because I'm glad that we took some time to do this. I had to write this down. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch. I'm not going to use my musket. I'm going to use my crossbow of culling, because the crossbow of culling has the ability to shoot multiple things. I can shoot 2 or 3 things. I'm fully planning on shooting the bottle and Greg. And in my equipment here, I still have an arrow of teleportation. Which we got
What are you thinking here,
I'm
Alex?
going to hit old Greg with the arrow of teleportation. And I'm going to send him...
Hold on. Read me what that arrow
let's
says.
take a peek here. Arrow of teleportation. It's a wondrous item. This arrow allows the user to teleport them... Oh, damn it. Teleport themselves to wherever the arrow lands after it is shot. The arrow does no damage. The user must succeed on a D12. Well, that's that plan gone.
God damn it, I just talked myself out of getting you to teleport yourself right next to me.
Yeah, you hit it with the arrow and just close enough for a kiss.
So, I'm going to go with the original plan of unequipping the musket and equipping crossbow of culling. I'm just not going to teleport him. I'm just going to shoot both of them because I'm evil.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll, I guess.
So let's see. Equip that. Crossbow of culling. How do I get rid of this dialogue box? Okay, here we go. Sorry, what do you want me to hit?
You want to play a game?
Yeah.
Sure, murder him.
Roll me an attack with your crossbow of culling, please.
Actions, crossbow. Here we go. Here we go.
Done with these perverts in the water.
18.
Hey.
Nice. So as you loose the arrows, one of the arrows flies straight through the bottle, shattering it into a million pieces. And just as the other arrow is about to hit Greg, he just kind of disappears. And then all of a sudden, Darren, you hear directly behind you in your ear, he's like, I'm here.
Why does he like me? I quickly turn around, like jumping, like, what the fuck?
And he's like right face to face with you, and he just kind of like gives you a quick little lick on the nose.
Oh my god, I cast Mage Shield.
What does that do?
It just
Yeah.
puts a protective shield around me. Where is it? Or it's Mage Armor, rather. It just buffs my... Oh no, there's shield. An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have a +5 bonus to your AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
All right, well, he wasn't trying to attack you, and he's like, oh, that's a nice spell. Sorry?
Wasn't he, though? David, wasn't he?
All right, would you like me to roll an attack roll for him
I would
to
say
lick,
sexual
for him to
assault
lick
is
your
an
nose?
If I was at the mall and I went to lick the nose of a stranger, I think that would be classified
This
as
is
an
not
attack.
going to end well for you, bro. Let him lick your nose.
Hold on, I'm going to have him roll a d20. He's got a +5 to hit, so...
Shit.
He rolls a 16, so let's say he does just lick the tip of your nose, and he's like, it's awesome. It's...
So the tongue penetrates my
Make him roll for
magical
damage.
shield and licks the tip of my
He's like, how salty.
yeah, emotional damage. nat 20.
damage.
And then he's like,
Oh, I'm gonna bring this up at my next BetterHelp meeting.
and then he's like, oh, you cast spells. I have spells too. And then poof, he's behind Alex, and he's like, that wasn't very nice.
I kind of just turn around and go like,
This? I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but I think I'm starting to like you.
He licks his finger and attempts to put it in your ear, Alex.
I let him.
Roll it. You let him? All right. He's wet willies you and then pulls his finger out of your ear, locks eyes with you, and then licks his finger. He's like, oh, tasty. And then poof, now he's right behind David. He's like, I like your
I
loot.
turn around real fast and I lick his nose.
Nice.
All right.
Sir Dominant.
Roll me an attack roll.
An attack with what? Just like unarmed, I guess?
I guess so, yeah. So maybe just roll me a straight d20.
11.
So he lets you lick his nose and kind of like blushes, and then he is going to rolls a 31.
what
Jesus
did you just
Christ.
say?
Pardon.
Yeah.
Pardon.
I'm just kidding. I'm rolling with my actual Chuck character right now. That's what Chuck would have rolled. But no, he rolled a 22. And so David, he pulls up your shirt a little bit, sticks his finger into your belly button, and then pulls it out, continues making eye contact with you, and then licks his finger, and then poof, he's like back inside the pond, just kind of creepily sitting there, and he's like, any more games?
When he did that, could I do a hellish rebuke?
Oh God, sure.
Heat damage.
So he kind of like bursts into flames, and then poof, he's back in the pond and extinguishes the flames. And he's like, that hurt, but I kind of liked it.
Boys, I think we might have to have a foursome with this creature. That might be.
All right, if we have to.
Somebody's going to have to build.
Who's holding the camera?
I'll use my mage hand to hold the camera.
Do you have any more games?
I'm all gamed out, Greg.
We can play a game later today, Greg. We've got something going on right now with this fish.
Can we please pour these fish into your lake now?
Oh, you already
Yeah,
did.
we did. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, well,
So
See you
we've
later.
just been accepting this abuse for no reason.
I was going to keep this going until one of you said it.
I'm going to listen. It's been fun. I'm like backing away out of the lake as I'm saying it. Like, it's been fun. It's been great meeting you. Thank you for the games. Maybe next time when we cross paths, we can do more of this sometime. But we actually have to have a very important meeting we must get to. Tootsie.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for the fish. And then you guys see him, like, fart, and a fish kind of comes up as well.
That's very impressive, Greg.
Good push.
Thank you. I like you, squishy little man cookie.
Okay, all right then. Goodbye. I just kind of
I
trot into the woods.
I pick
Get
up
away.
Dare, I throw him
I
in the
give him
pond.
kind of like a flirtatious wave.
No.
Wait, David, what did you say?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
David didn't say anything.
Yeah, so Darren, as you guys start walking away, you look back and you just see him, like, all you can see is the top part of his head, and all you can see is his eyes, and he just slowly winks at you, and then descends back below the water.
For those keeping track at home, that is the second sex offender we've run into.
That we can confirm.
That's true. That's true.
To be fair, the first sex offender just never actually touched you, so... Or actually, I think he slapped Darren a couple times for not answering the trivia question right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, you guys make your way back down the trail into town, or Alex, what were you
I
going to
just
say?
want to make sure that I can switch out my crossbow of culling and put my musket back in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were able
that.
to do that.
Let's do that. Yeah.
On your way back into town, the way you just came, all of a sudden, there is a fairly large Canadian goose in the middle of the trail, and it just goes, "Ah!"
Oh, God.
That's worse than
Avoid
a
it
dragon.
at
Run
all
away.
costs. Yeah. Wide berth, boys. Wide berth.
Do you just want to try and, like, get around it?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I won't even encounter a regular-sized Canadian goose, let alone that one.
Yeah, this thing is, like, the size of, like, an emu. Whoa! Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, they're mean.
No.
No, fuck that shit.
We'll yell at dragons, but that's too far.
That's a TPK in the waiting. I'd rather take on an acid dragon than a Canadian goose.
All right, as you guys try to make your way around this goose, I want everybody to roll me a dexterity check.
That's just...
Dex check. Oh my God, a crit fail!
18.
So Alex rolled a 21, David rolled an 18, Darren rolled a crit fail. So Darren, as you walk past this goose, you trip on a bit of a rock and it sees you in a vulnerable position. He goes, "Ah!" and grabs your ankle and starts dragging you into the forest.
No, I'm clawing at the dirt. Please, not like this. Not like that mall psychic said it would happen.
I think Darren's a lost cause. I say we keep going.
You know we can't do that.
I'll just re-roll a character sheet now.
Do that. We have to save him.
But it's a goose.
I know.
Scary.
I'm scared too.
Does anybody have any bread? I'm yelling as it's tearing me away.
Yeah, Darren is getting slowly dragged into this forest. So David or Alex, what would you like to do?
I'm trying to shake myself out of being frozen from fear.
And, I mean, we have to save him. We have to do something. It's a goose. It's a goose. I am going to... I have a small rope. I'm going to take the small rope out of my backpack, and I'm going to throw it at Durinius. And hope that he can grab onto it, and then we're going to play a tug-of-war.
All right, perfect. Alex, make me an athletics check, and Darren, make me a sleight of hand check.
Are you ready, bud?
Come
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Throw it up.
21.
11.
I will say, Alex, you have had better throws in your life, but with Darren's 21 sleight of hand, you are able to get the rope to him, and Darren is now basically pulled taut, hanging above the ground, a goose on one end, a rope on the other, and Alex, I'm going to make me a strength check, and the goose is going to make an opposing strength check.
Okay, here we go.
Can I interject while that's happening? I'd like to cast my mage hand as like an extra hand to hold the rope.
Yeah, sure, because Mage Hand can lift up to 10 pounds, so I mean, yeah, sure. So let's say, Alex, with that Mage Hand, you can give yourself an extra +2 to your strength check.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again, or do you... Because I did just roll while he was saying that. We can just +2 what that number is.
Oh, you rolled another 11, so so Alex, with the +2, you will have rolled a 13, and I am going to make a strength check for the goose, and he rolls a nat 20.
What's a goose's
It's a goose,
natural
so-
predator?
Oh my god. And so what he does with his nat 20 is he can't honk with Darren's ankle in his mouth, so what he does is he kind of like tosses Darren's ankle up into the air, looks at you, Alex, goes, "Ah," and then catches Darren's ankle again and then starts to pull, and Alex, you're getting dragged into the forest now as well.
I hold on to the rope with him and try to help.
All right, David, give me a strength check.
17.
Yes,
Thank God.
okay,
Thank
so
God, yeah.
I'm going to make another strength check for this goose. Oh my god, this is so much fun.
For one of
Am I
us.
still holding with the mage hand? Is that technically a 19?
It's
for-
okay,
for
the goose
Divad?
rolled a 3. So, Darren, you
Stupid
break
goose.
free of this grasp, and you can feel your freedom within reach. And you turn around, and the goose like spreads its wings and starts flapping furiously. It goes, "Ah, ah," and it looks like he's about to charge the whole party.
I sprint in the opposite direction.
Alex, David, are you?
Table talk. Do we really feel like fighting
Nah.
a goose right now?
A goose the size of a fucking cow? Like, I don't know. It's gonna be rough.
Well, it's like the size of an emu. You know those like kind of half ostrich Australian birds.
David, we're just gonna run and follow him, right?
Yeah, I think we run ahead of him though.
Yeah. I will say you guys are able to just run away because that is an option in D&D. But to see who runs the fastest, everybody make me an athletics check.
Well, if this has anything to do with real life, I will be at the back.
Alex with the 24
I guess-
makes sense as the fighter.
18.
Yep, 18.
That's a
And
9 for me.
You know what? That
Yeah.
makes real good sense. Alex with the 24, he's the fighter, he's athletic. Divad, you're bard, you're used to bouncing around, running on stage, and then Darinius with the 9 is, well, Darren, you.
Wait,
Yes.
I fucking fly.
If you remember to. All right, so Darren, we'll say that you see your companions pulling away from you pretty quickly, and you can hear the clickety-clack of the flapping of goose feet behind you and the honk going. And then all of a sudden you realize or remember that, yes, you can fly.
I
Yes.
take out my rope and I throw it up at Darren to wrap around to bring me with him.
Roll me an athletics check, David.
It's an 8.
You completely whiff, and Darren just flies
Wow.
right past you. And now Alex and David, you're the ones that hear the clickety-clack of webbed feet coming quickly behind you.
Darren, get back here and help us.
I'll view from. I won't leave you high and dry, but I'm going to maintain a safe distance to monitor to make sure we all get away safely.
Yes, so Darren, you see Alex and David running for their lives, the goose in tow, honking as he goes, and then kind of once they breach the perimeter of the forest back onto the trail, the goose seems to break off his pursuit and turns back into the forest and waddles away, but not before all three of you hear one last faint "Huh."
Holy fuck, that was terrifying.
I think we dodged certain death with that one. I slowly bring myself back down to the ground.
And yes, you guys can make your way back into town without much issue. I won't throw any more weird NPCs in your path.
It's something that the dungeon master would say before throwing a weird NPC in our path.
Yeah.
Considering we've had 2.
Yeah.
Although I was looking at like the monster list that I have available on D&D Beyond, so all of a sudden a raging Triceratops comes out of. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's not scary.
Pokeball!
Oh, not after the goose, man. After a goose, I'll take a Triceratops.
Yeah, absolutely. I should have captured the goose. I wonder what the character stats are on that thing. It's better than the bullet. Just kill people with a goose.
That'd be horrifying. Yeah, one of its attacks is poop.
Okay, what are we doing?
So I will say you guys make your way back into town without much issue. And Friar Farnsworth, you can see, is kind of waddling around in town. He catches one of your eyes and comes up to you, and he says, "Oh, gentlemen, how did the fishing and how was your task?"
Oh, the fishing was actually one of the easier parts of it, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, strangely enough, dealing with that freakazoid in the lake was a little strange.
Oh,
Yes, what?
you met the fish father.
The fish father, you knew about him.
Oh yeah, that's where all the fish come from. It's he farts and they come out his butt.
So he just
I
makes.
think I'm going to pass on dinner tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to eat
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So by the way, we
Okay.
caught about 8 nice big fatty fish. We actually caught 9. Don't ask what happened.
Wait. Did he touch you?
Several times.
Yeah. No, he didn't touch any of us. But what would happen if he did?
Oh, well, he puts his scent on you, and then he can basically just follow you around by smelling you.
I bring my hand up to my ear where he gave me the wet willy, and I go,
Interesting.
And you pull out a little piece of, like, algae in your ear.
Oh God. No, I wash I wash my nose thoroughly.
How do you wash your nose?
Is there a lavatory or something nearby, Farnsworth? I need to freshen up.
Well, there's a lavatory at your at the inn, and your inn rooms should have lavatories, of course. But, gentlemen, I do have some good news for you. The tasks are almost complete. Tomorrow we will set up the game, of course, but we need to distribute the flyers in the morning as well. But for the rest of the evening, you have some time off, so you can socialize and do some recreation, whatever you gentlemen will like, and we'll get started early tomorrow morning. So what would you guys like to
Dig
do?
around in my belly button to get whatever
We
he
all
got in
go
there.
home for a good scrub.
The thorough scrubbing, indeed. Yes.
Yeah, cut to Darren, camera is nipples up, and he's got, a steel wool brush and just scrubbing his nose.
I'm washing his back,
Tobias
Alex is washing my back.
Yep.
crying in the tub as I SOS pad. And yeah, we're all just watching each other, trying not to think about the circumstances.
Well, I could have had him just pop up out of the drain, but I guess I'll save that for another time.
Here we go. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
So would you guys
waffle stomp him back in?
What gross. So would you guys like to do anything this evening before you take a long rest, or are you guys basically bedding down for the night in preparation for tomorrow's assignment?
Let's see. Chainmail shirt, inventory,
Yeah, the long rest will be good for slots and healing me.
Yes, this we know, but is there anything that we want to do ahead of time? Yeah.
Yeah,
I would like to repair my guitar.
Yeah, you got to repair your guitar, get the string back, yeah.
Yeah, so what would you use as a string, David? Did you want to go find one in town, or do you have something in mind?
Yeah, can I kind of just forage around in my room and see if I can find something suitable?
Oh, yeah, sure. Make me an investigation check.
That'll be a sweet, cool 7.
Well, we'll say you do look around for a very long time, much longer than it probably should have taken you, but you realize that the beds that are in your rooms are basically the mattresses are suspended on what looks to be taut wire, and yes, you could take one of those and restring your loot with it. So we will say your loot is repaired and back into working order, which is a good thing because you got a pretty big performance coming up in a couple days.
Before we take this long rest, because I just get our next task is to distribute the flyers, right?
Yes.
That's what we're going to do.
Basically said this, he would come get you early in the morning to start that task. Does anybody remember how you wanted to distribute the flyers?
Oh, no, that's right. They were going to be free weed in joints wrapped around the flyers, and they'd smoke them, and the details of the event would pop up in front of them.
Yes, but how did you want to distribute them?
Were we going to drop them? Are we going to fly over the town?
Yeah,
that is the one, yeah.
we could fly over and
Is there a convenience store that we can just loiter outside of?
$15, little bit.
In my hand. If the money doesn't show you owe me,
Doesn't show that you owe me, my jungle love, oh we.
Wanna know ya.
know ya.
Know ya.
Yeah, what?
All right, so, I will say you guys can click that long rest button on your character sheets now. You kind of bed down for the evening. And David and Alex, you guys have a very restful sleep. Darren, in the middle of the night, you have another strange dream similar to the one that you had before. And it is once again what looks to be a wooden key, which you assume is the harvest mark. There's a small flower growing out of it, and once again a bottle of beer dumps all over the harvest mark, and you see that the base holding this key kind of loosens and almost unlocks as the beer runs down, and then you snap awake to the sound of somebody pounding on your door.
Ah, glad you finished that with door.
You wake up and the fish father is in your bedroom under the blankets with you.
I was going to say, I'm tired of Divad waking me up like that.
No, old Greg's here.
Ah, fuck.
Why is it so
I
wet?
do the thing right. He's kissing the nape of my neck, and then I jump out of bed and throw the sheets back, and he's just not there, but there's just the bed mattress is wet from where he was laying. I'm just
Yeah, that's why it's wet.
I peed, for anybody wondering.
So yes,
Wipey.
you all awaken to the sound of somebody pounding on the door of your room, and the sun is starting to come up. You can hear the birds starting to chirp. It appears to be dawn, and yeah, somebody's pounding on your door.
I'll get up and answer the door.
Perfect. You open the door, and Friar Farnsworth is standing there. He's like, "Gentlemen, I expected you to be ready to go already. How much time do you need to get ready? We need to get these flyers distributed as soon as possible."
I'm going to stand right in front of him, buck naked, and go, I can go right now, actually.
I'm making a coffee in the kitchen, but I would like to take this opportunity to see through the eyes of Fleetwood and see if he can see this Friar Farnsworth or not. Because if he can't, it's not the same.
Sure, but before you do that, actually, yeah, Darren, make me. What would you think that would be? An insight or animal handling or?
Probably because I'm using the animal for something, so I would say animal handling?
Yeah, all right. Let's make me an animal handling check.
Unless it's a bad roll. No, it's a good roll. 21.
Yeah,
Well done.
so kind of like your little cat drone that you have, your eyes roll back in your head, and almost like you're watching like CCTV footage from the perspective of the cat. You can see Friar Farnsworth waddled back into town. He, hit up a couple of shops. He went to his church. Looks like he was scrolling a sermon for a few hours, and you can see that Fleetwood was, hiding under one of the pews, keeping an eye on him while he did this. There was nothing that you can see that would make you believe that this is not the real Friar Farnsworth. And now everyone, I want to make me an insight check.
Oh,
Insight check. Oh, natural 20.
very nice.
7. Ooh.
11.
So Alex,
Tell me exactly what's going on.
Alex, you kind of assume or maybe realize that sex offender had maybe glamored himself to disguise himself to look like Friar Farnsworth, forcing you gentlemen across that bridge and into his celebrity Jeopardy pocket realm.
So Friar is innocent.
From what you can tell, yes.
Good insight.
Quite.
Sneaky little pervert.
So,
Aren't they all?
So,
hiding in the shadows.
Standing at the door, still naked, I'm going to look at Friar Farnsworth. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go naked. Come on in for a second. I'll get my pants on. We'll get out of here, and then we'll go for the flyers.
Perfect. So he just waddles in and he's like, "Gentlemen, I've taken the liberties of already picking up the flyers, the torch for you, and Bill and I, the flyer guy, mentioned you had only ordered, about 100 flyers. I thought we were going to need a little bit more." So, and he plops down about 300 pre-rolled flyer joints in front of you, and he's like, this should do it. How are we going to distribute these?"
This is marvelous work. Thank you, Friar.
I'd like to quality control and test one out.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you're able.
Darren, would you like to partake?
I think I'll pass.
So,
I don't even want to attempt it. Actually, I do, because I'm curious what the feeling of it not taking hold feels like, if anything.
perfect. So both Darren and David, you spark up a joint individually, and Darren, you can't feel anything. It feels like smoking, but you don't feel any of the psychoactive effects of the drug. David, you're feeling pretty good after a couple puffs, and all three of you notice that basically with every individual puff, a different piece of information comes out in the smoke. So you see something that says,
Sweet.
"The Bard of Rockwhite, Divad Noteb, Harvest Festival, Unity Beer, join us." I guess it would be 2 days from now kind of thing. Join us tomorrow, I should say. And so this smoke, every time you puff it out, has a different piece of information pertaining to the Harvest Festival, which gets underway tomorrow morning.
This is so much better than I imagined it would be. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous work.
Yes, everything
Top
seems to be
shelf.
working as intended.
Yes, the flyer guy is very good at his job. So how are we planning on distributing these flyers, gentlemen?
We had
We could use Fred's plane, or I guess I could just fly
I was gonna
above
say,
with
you
a
got
bag
wings.
with a hole in the bottom.
Well, why don't we do one of each? Because there are two towns, so we could do, Doridius, you can cover one side of the town, and then we can get Fred to do the other one, and split them right down the middle with about 150 for each side, and then we cover both the towns.
That is a
that's
wonderful,
a capital
wonderful
idea.
idea, gentlemen. Your friend Fred and the little one Chuck seem to be enjoying themselves last night, so they're just down the hall if you want to go rouse them to help you with this task.
Shall we? Tally ho.
So you make your way down the hall. You pound on the door, but nobody opens.
Oh no.
Peculiar.
Oh, there's a sock on the door.
Oh, Fred and Amelia, you old dog.
Sitting in a tree.
F-U-C-K-I-N-G.
Okay, I'm just gonna pound.
Hello, Hamora. Let's open that door and see what's going
Yeah,
on.
the door doesn't seem to be locked, so you open the door and you peek your head in, and it appears that Chuck and Fred are completely unconscious, still seemingly maybe even still drunk. There's no telling what time they got to bed.
I don't think there's any drinking while driving laws in the Forgotten Realms, so we'll just wake Fred up with some coffee.
And so you try to like wake Fred up, and you like try to rouse him. He's like, what?
Morning, Fred. We've got some stuff to do today. Up and at 'em, my boy.
He just kind of rolls back over and starts snoring again.
Won't allow it. This is the day we've been training for the entire week, so you get the fuck up. And I start, as my mother would do, I just open the blinds and I throw the sheets off the bed and I just turn on the lights and start making
Okay.
noise.
I want to see where that plays out before I have my idea.
And he just rolls over and he's like, oh shit, I gotta get Fred's voice going. All right. Gentlemen, why must you bother me?
Fred, we've got a task. We need you to fly over one of the sides of the town and drop these flyers.
Well, I'm sure you gentlemen will be more than capable of doing that. Old Bessie's not too hard to control. Just turn her on and give it your best shot.
You mean we get permission to fly the plane?
Dibs.
Oh, damn.
Well, absolutely. I'm not feeling too up for it at the moment. So, yes, if you guys would like to borrow the plane, just take care of old Bessie for me. And he rolls back over and goes back to sleep.
Well, I guess that's that.
Table talk. Fred's never getting that plane
Nope.
back, boys.
Yep,
That's
yep.
ours now. It's the uncrashable 6.
Jesus Christ.
All right, boys, let's go fly that
No,
plane.
hold up. Before we leave, I'm just going to walk over to Chuck, and I'm going to violently shake him awake and then leave. Just
And he turns
antagonize
over-
the guy, yeah.
He turns over and he's like, what the fuck was that, Sir Alex?
How you doing, you little halfling?
And as you walk out the door and close it behind you, you see him reach for his bow, and you just hear the sound of an arrow swap into the back of the
Yeah.
door.
I can't believe he didn't pick up on the fact that I actually called him a halfling and not a dwarf.
Yeah, he's pretty hungover right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm slowly trying to mend the fence with Chuck, but first I'm gonna, antagonize him and wake him up. So,
Well, gentlemen
Slowly becoming more acceptable.
and listeners, find out if they're able to fly the airplane on the next episode of Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons. And just before we finish, I do want to mention we are getting some amazing listenership numbers. It's really cool to see that people are actually listening to this for some reason. But I just want to say thank you to all the listeners who have tuned in, everybody that's picked up the show recently and have been binging. I've gotten a couple messages from some, old acquaintances being like, David, we want more content. So, and of course, to all three of you, this has been so much fun so far.
this has been great, yeah.
I like to say the opposite. I don't appreciate any of the listeners, and I
wish
just
there
can't
was less
stand
of
any
you.
of you guys. Yeah, I wish less of you would listen to the show. to
Find
be
out how
honest.
Darren brutally dies on the next episode. But I will just do one little ask of our listeners. Wherever you get your podcast, please give us a rating or a review. It helps immensely when it comes to boosting us in the algorithms for anybody who might be searching for this kind of content. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons.
Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons is David Beaton, the Tiefling Bard,
Alex Kerrigan, the half-elf fighter, myself, Darren Warts, the Aasimar wizard, and our dungeon master, David Ashbaugh. We're an independent podcast that relies on you, the listener, to spread the word. If you enjoyed listening, please give us a follow on Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and TikTok at Dungeons Dudes Dragons, or contact the show directly by emailing us at dungeonsdudesdragons@gmail.com. But more importantly, tell your friends, your coworkers, even your pets to give us a listen. If you'd like to be featured as an NPC, or if you have homebrew items that you'd like to see featured in the show, tag us at Dungeons Dudes Dragons on social media. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons.
David, just keep going. I'll just use that as the credit song from now on.
Just
That's all I
super
got.
lazy. That's Game of Thrones.
I know, that's where I started off. Like, that's
Peter
not it.
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage,
Yeah, that's gonna get taken down
Peter
immediately.
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage,
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.